Are you an insurance agent that's struggling to increase your commissions selling final expense insurance? Well, don't worry. I've got your back. We're going to be dropping 5 techniques that are darn near foolproof to help you boost your commissions as you take care of more powerful prospects that really do need what you're selling. And a lot of people in this industry are really pushing the sell, 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 tell method. And this makes a mess of the industry because the business is about these 5 tips that I'm going to drop to you today. So I hope this helps you increase your commissions, but more importantly, helps you increase your ability to protect more consumers that truthfully need the very product that you're selling. So before I go into this with you, my name is Jason. I'm your friend in the business, and I am insanely blessed to partner with some of the most amazing brand new veterans and agencies across this nation selling life, Medicare, and annuities face to face, but more importantly, in the telespace. Insanely proud of who I'm blessed to partner with here. And if you need any resources, jasonfinalexpense.com. Very proud of us and what we're so privileged to do, and you as well. So we're going to dive into this. Tip number 1, if you're taking notes, you've got to make a very sincere connection. Connection is the conduit to you increasing your final expense commissions. And if you lose sight of the connection, the call's over with in the first place. No different than you being on your cell phone, right? If you're talking to somebody and then that call just gets dumped, you're done and over with. When you're in the sales process, if you don't build a meaningful connection, you won't make more money. This is the big lie in the industry about sell, 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 tell. You're going to find your chargebacks are going to be a nightmare because you did not do the most important thing. Tip number 1, you didn't take the time to make a connection. A shortcut is a fast way to fail, my friends. Don't lose sight of connection. It's the conduit of which everything flows. And if you want to find yourself into a place where you can protect more people, prioritize connection. They've got to know you care if you want to take your career to the very next level. All right. This is about building trust, about building rapport. Take the time to listen, show empathy, not sympathy, my friends. Empathy. There is a difference. You've got to be empathetic. You've got to know you care about them. And then you're going to understand their concerns. You're going to understand personalized solutions that you provide to protect them. This is about protecting them. You're going to get your increased commissions by how you make better connections. Just like you being on a phone call, if the connection is crystal clear, it's a great conversation. That, you know what I'm talking about? You've been on a cell phone call where it's like scratchy and you're hearing every 4th word. This happens in the sales process when you miss connection. You're missing some things that you really need to know to be able to push yourself, all right, into a place where you're their advocate, you're their ally. It's about you helping the client win. And everything works out when the client wins. So you've got to be focused on making that sincere connection. They've got to know you care, build trust, build rapport. Tip number 1, please take it to heart. It's the difference between sometimes you making it or making a mess of the industry and saying, you know what, I failed out. And 90% of the agent force does because they failed to grasp how important connection is. Connection's everything. Connection's important in your dates, your marriages, right? Everything that you've got in your life. It's about that meaningful connection. And the more connections that you have, the more meaningful depths of connection you have, the higher your commissions can be because you now care about their true problem and you've kind of unearthed what that problem truly is. But I can't emphasize this enough. Connection, trust, and rapport is really everything if you want to increase your commission selling final expense insurance. Number 2 is you've got to understand your product. You must master your product or the consumer is not going to look at you as the pro. They're going to look at you as the person that doesn't know what they're doing. You've got to be the pro. Master the business or the business will master you. You've got to understand what's going to take place. It's going to happen, right? You should be following scripts, following good systems. Knowledge is power for you, especially in this industry. You must be intentional about what this does for them, not you. You're going to increase your commissions. And sometimes we get the cart in front of the horse and then you don't have increased commissions. This isn't about us. Get us out of the way and focus on the so what. So what this will do for you, Mrs. Johnson, because back to tip number 1, you've understood their needs, their acute needs that your problems darn well may solve. This is deliberate focus on the consumer. Help the client win. It's everything, but master your product. When you master your product, now you're going to be confident. You're going to be competent. You're now going to be in a place that you understand the benefits that will help the consumer, not you. All right. You help that consumer win. Now you're going going to make the wealth. You've got now things in proper alignment. This is about the benefits, the advantages that this product will have for the consumer, as well as also understanding some of the disadvantages in other product offerings. This is about building trust, number one, building value, building the connection, but you've mastered your product so that you can make a way as that confident center of influence that the consumer really needs. These great folks that we're privileged to serve don't always understand the pitfalls, for example, of term insurance. They don't understand the pitfalls of IULs and ULs. They don't understand it. You being a master of your craft is going to be one that they can lean forward and look to. And now who are they going to do business with? You, because you've mastered the product. Knowledge is power. And if you want to increase your commissions, you must increase your knowledge base in very simple products. A lot of times agents forget about how term works. They don't understand that certain companies have 5-year group term products that are just terrifying when you explain this in transparency to the consumer. Now you're going to pull more business your way because you've better protected the consumer, and you're that point man, that point lady that's going to lead them to what they truthfully need, not sell, 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 tell, tell, tell. No, you are that center of influence that is going to now help the client win because you've mastered your product. So tip number 2, master your product and make sure you've got partners, allies like what we are here at jasonfinalexpense.com that will really take the time to educate you as the agent so that when you go into the field, or if you're a final expense telesales insurance agent, you are already prepared and now you've got a chance of being more profitable and powerful selling insurance because you sincerely know your product. You know the product inside and outside. Now you're going to increase your commissions because you are educated at a higher level. No different than a general practice doctor does not make the same money as a heart surgeon. The more education you have, the more just amazing benefits that you can now provide because you understand the benefits. This is going to help you increase your commissions because they buy the end result, not, oh, it's life insurance, it's life insurance, it's life insurance. It's what does the product do to protect the consumer? They're buying the protection that it provides. The product is just a byproduct. It's amazing, but you've got to always understand the so what if you want to have higher wealth and increase your commissions selling final expense. So understand the product, very important. Tip number 3, if you're ready for this, is guess what? Overcome objections. All right, here we go, right? Objections are going to hit you. They're going to hit you. Why are we on our heels every time? This is why we do a 5-day telemastery program so that brand new agents, veteran agents, insurance agencies that partner here at jasonfinalexpense.com are not overwhelmed by the objections that will come. This is why Final Expense Telesales is phenomenal because we can have all of our resources at our fingertips where you face-to-face insurance agents, you've got to practice, drill, and rehearse really tough because you can't have, a bunch of objections sitting there. Oh, you said that, Mrs. Johnson, hang on, let me say this to you. This is not the fighting nuns here. You've got to truthfully be prepared to be powerful with final expense insurance sales. You're going to be told certain things that are kind of a tall tale. You treat your consumer with professionalism and just amazingness, but you've got to be ready to overcome objections if you want to increase your commissions. You've got to get past this, all right? Objections are a reality of selling final expense insurance or any form of insurance. They're inevitable. Are you prepared? Have you partnered with a good work family like ours or another one that really puts the time into one-on-one mentorship to help make a way for you so that you not only have a genuine connection, you not only have mastered your product, you not only now are in a place that you can overcome objections, but you anticipate them before they come. When you're fiercely prepared, you're going to have a better chance of having increased commissions because you're polished. It's not a problem when they tell you, I need to think about it or mail it to me or this costs too much money, whatever that may be. The art of pre-closing is powerful to you increasing your profitability. You've got to get yourself ready, and that happens by you really taking the business seriously. Are you going to be owned by the business, or are you going to own the business by overcoming objections? It's going to happen. Anticipate the common ones if you want to experience more cash flow and more commissions. You've got to anticipate them so that you can accelerate your phone calls, not by rushing things, but by really being prepared. So objections, got to be ready. You've got to be effective. You got to be efficient. You can't be like, oh, that's the first time I've ever heard. I got to talk to my kids. Come on now. We've got to be ready. The first time you've heard mail it to me or I didn't ask for this, you got to be prepared, my friends. If you want to increase your sales, it's all about increasing your connections, increasing your product knowledge, increasing your ability to really blast forward. It's a simple business, but so simple that we don't see it. And then sometimes we say, oh, the business is tough. Yes, it's tough, my friends. We're paid because it's a performance-based business. It's powerful. When you make it, there's no better life than this industry. But yet there's a lot of agents that don't want to handle their business like it's a business. Yeah, they get beat up on the phones because they don't train. If you fail to train, you're already taking your career the wrong direction. You're going to probably be a statistic if you don't really sincerely keep yourself scalpel sharp. This is why we train and mentor so deeply. I'm very passionate, if you can't tell, about who I partner with and how we just love and adore handling our prospects' business, because that means everything. But you've got to get into a place where you're ready, effectively and efficiently handling objections, knowing that they're going to come. You anticipate them, and you've prepared well thought out responses that aren't like, you say this, I say that. You say this, I say that. That's not going to help you sell more. You're just going to sound like every other salesman that they've heard in their entire life. Amazing when you understand this. And then now you're ready to overcome objections with just compassion and care. It'll take you farther and you're going to close more business. I can't emphasize you being prepared enough. And a lot of agencies out there don't put the time into mentoring. And then a lot of agents say, I'm a mess. This happens all the time. So you got to make sure you got a good work family. Very important. Now, number 4, you've got to get yourself into a place where you now expand your network. If you want to have more money selling final expense insurance, we've got to expand beyond just your leads. It's called referrals. You want to get paid more commissions? You're going to have a higher close rate on people that like, know, and trust somebody else that speak your name. You want to sell more? Have people that you've done right by. Have people that you've just powerfully protected. Tell their friends, tell their family. This lead costs you nothing, and you can increase your commissions by something so simple as asking for a referral. And a lot of insurance agents, I swear, we're like afraid of our own shadow sometimes. Oh, I don't want to ask for a referral. I'm going to somehow lose this sale. You've been on a phone call. You've been in this home for what, 45 minutes, an hour? And you're actually afraid of asking them for somebody that they know that you could help. They like you. They trust you. They gave you their banking, their data, their date of birth, their identity. And we're so afraid of asking for a referral. It's a real problem in this industry. It's pain, right? You want the pain of having and the pain of getting. If you want to get higher levels of commissions, you've got to have higher levels of preparedness to get paid more. And you've got to be prepared to pursue the referral. You want to get paid more? Expand your network. Talk about how you can help their beneficiaries, their friends, their family. Get your name out there, and you're going to see numerically your commissions rising, because they're going to say, whoa, you call this Jason guy, you call Mary over here, she's going to handle you, she's awesome, she's my agent. Get into a place where you are the center of influence. You want to make more commissions? Be the center of influence in their lives. That's expanding your network. Don't limit yourself just to your leads. Now, I'm not saying you will make an insane living just selling referrals. That's really wrong, because if you're a top producer, you need lots of leads. Leads are the lifeblood for you. You want to make more commissions? Good. Lean into your leads, but then make this happen where leads are now leveraged into a referral. This is going to allow you to be able to just go from maybe one sale off a lead to turning one sale into maybe 3. This is really going to increase your profitability and your ability to get higher levels of commissions, because you didn't even pay for that lead that was a referral. But you got to have boldness, my friends, and you've got to have turnkey systems like what we have to really genuinely ask, make that connection, and then you will be one that they lean on. So you've got to be one where you're always there. Number 5, if you're still taking notes, and I hope you're enjoying this content, by the way, if you are, do me a favor and like it, share it with a buddy. And if you don't like it, put it in the comments too. That is fine with me. Love to chat with you as well, and in ways that we can really deliver for you. But if you want to be dynamic and increase your commissions, my friends, tip number 5 is big. Continuously learn. You've got to be in a state that you run your business, or you're going to get run out of the business because you didn't know. This industry is ever evolving. I was talking to an agency owner that's looking at aligning with us here at jasonfinalexpense.com that did not know that the guaranteed issue carrier that ends in G, all right, I think you know who I'm talking about, has a 24-month chargeback risk. Amazing agency, but they didn't know this very valuable piece of data. You've got to know these little ins and outs and have partners, have allies that can speak this to you so that you can sell more and not get stung by a 2-year chargeback risk. That'll tune you up in a bad way. And I hate it when, agency owners get bit because they didn't know it. You need to know this knowledge. It's power. You want to increase your commissions? Sell the right carriers. You want to increase your commissions, my friends? Let's get into a state where we have continuous learning. We understand the trends. We know what's taking place before it hits. No different than objection handling. Same basic principles will help you be about your business and make more, but you've got to use good carriers. You've got to be in an ever evolving state of learning. And I know we're creatures of habit. Everybody hates change, right? If you want to make more commissions, you've got to have allies and partners like how we help our agency owners and help our work family agents know what's going to happen and be better prepared. If your stick ratio is better, if your persistency is better, you're going to be putting more money up into your bank accounts because the business is staying on the books. If you're using an insurance carrier, for example, that doesn't deploy true Social Security billing on the first and the third, you're not going to make as much paper. You've got to use the right carriers to have the right chance for the best cash flow. It's about retention. It's about keeping that business that you do sell, all right? Not just writing a bunch of it and then losing it. Or if you're writing a bunch of GI business and that person dies under 24 months and then you found out, oh, I got to pay it all back. What? That's a very painful lesson because you didn't continuously learn, or you didn't have a leader or an industry expert that could really help you help other people first and foremost. But you don't want to find you've got a 24-month chargeback risk when it happens. That'll wipe you out sometimes by thousands when maybe you're one lead order from being out of the industry. I want you to stay in this industry. I care about you because we care about who we serve, who we're privileged to powerfully protect. So if you want to stay in the business, you've got to continuously have good partners like us, or you've got to really put a lot of time into learning and knowing this knowledge, because knowledge is power and it'll help you increase your chances of profitability. These are foolproof techniques. If we find ourselves digging deep, building connections, mastering the product, not letting the product master us, but making a way for these consumers, handle the objections, have the turnkey systems necessary so that you can truthfully take your career, which is what you care about, right, to the next level. But you're going to do that by genuinely caring about your consumer, caring about your business, and of course, buying leads. And if you need good final expense leads, reach out. We'll serve you, even if you just need some great vendors to go with, or you need some aged leads that are 90 days old or less. We can get those goodness resources for you. You can get them under $2 a piece. So if you need that, jasonfinalexpense.com. Keep taking care of great people. All right. Don't be afraid of flubbing of your own tongue like I did 2 milliseconds ago. It's all right. Nobody's going to be perfect. This is about us being extremely proficient and helping these great folks in the best ways that we can. So I hope this video brought you value. Thank you for joining with us today. Hope you increase your commissions by delivering more value, understanding deeper problems that you may be able to solve. Be successful today. And if you need anything at all, jasonfinalexpense.com. And remember, you've always got what it takes. Always make their lives better. We'll see you soon.